Hello, welcome back to A Boring Revolution, your number one news source for everything in regards to The Boring Company. My name is Will. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be talking about The Boring Company and the projects that it has been basically earmarked to complete. And quite a few of them have popped up over the last 6 to 12 months. I just wanted to do a bit of a recap in terms of what projects potentially The Boring Company could be starting maybe later this year, maybe early next year. And what this reinforces is the fact that the Boring Company is very successful when it tenders for a project. And when I say tenders for a project, it means that it competes with other people to produce a solution for urban transport. They tend to come in a lot cheaper than all the other alternatives. So, Boring Company activity, projects galore in the USA. We certainly have a lot of projects lined up. We have one project in Australia as well, although that particular project I'm a bit unsure about, but I'm going to put it on today's list because it is out there. It is out there. Potentially it could happen. Small possibility, but it could happen. So, Boring Company has made excellent progress. Over the last, certainly in 2018 and early 2019, the Boring Company has made excellent progress. People might think otherwise, but there's a lot going on in the background in terms of the Boring Company team tendering for projects, all the R&D that they're undertaking in terms of the boring machines, the actual pods, the systems that are going to manage those machines and those pods. There's a lot going on in the background that we don't realise about that we will eventually find out in the next sort of 12 to 18 months. The Hawthorne test tunnel has been completed. That was a great success. They're currently running tests in that system. That is the first stage of the R&D. Once they have perfected that, they can then move that onto larger, more structured, comprehensive systems. The R&D is underway in the background. Linestorm is a great example of that. That is currently being prefabricated. I also believe that they are manufacturing a test pod, something similar to a minibus, which they will eventually roll out. We might even hear about it on the 14th of March when they unveil the Model Y, as I believe it may be built on the same platform. But who knows? Many new projects announced for consideration. Now, these projects are not necessarily going to get built, but the fact that we're being earmarked for so many projects means that at least one, maybe two, possibly three are going to be started fairly soon. The first one, obviously, is the Dugout Loop. That is currently going through planning, and I expect it to start possibly in the next 4 to 6 months, maybe slightly later than that. We've got the Blue Mountain Tunnel in Sydney, which is the really big one. We've got the one in San Jose, as they like to say, San Jose, the Diridon Station Tunnel project linking the local airport. And we've got the new one that's recently been announced, the Las Vegas Loop in Nevada. So, Dugout Loop in California is one of these projects. Let's look at it very briefly. Single lane project, i.e. there's only one tunnel. It's 3.6 miles long. It's going to be transporting people to the local baseball stadium there. Approximate cost is around $49 million, in and around that kind of ballpark. You get that then, ballpark. Status is waiting for approval. I'm pretty confident that's going to get approved, and then hopefully they can start construction fairly soon. That would be a really great thing if it does start this year. Here's the plan. As you can see, there are many options being considered. My personal favourite is the one that connects up to Vermont Station, to the Dodgers Stadium. I think that is the more direct line for this particular tunnel to take, and they can just follow the local roads. We've also got the Blue Mountain Tunnel in Sydney. This is a good project. There's not much structure behind it. I just get the impression it was. Can you do this? Yes, we can, and there's not really any serious intent to complete that particular project. It's a dual tunnel, i.e. there's two tunnels running parallel to each other, 50 kilometers long. Approximate cost is around $900 million. That's US dollars. That price includes all the stations and the tunnels as well. Status, my personal opinion, it's a pipe dream, but you know, I could be proved wrong. Here's a diagram. As you can see, there is a very, very dense area of residential housing here, and they're trying to move that potentially over here to the west side of Sydney. The Dune Station Tunnel in San Jose. San Jose is a really beautiful city. Obviously, it's in Silicon Valley, so the money is there. It's right next to where Tesla and SpaceX are, so this certainly has its advantages in terms of starting this project. And again, it's a good sized project. If you'll notice from most of these projects, they're around 3 to 5 miles in length, and that's relatively perfect for the Boring Company as a starter project. So this one is 2.7 miles long. Again, it's a dual tunnel. Approximate cost, I have it around 73 million if you include all the stations and all the shafts. Status, it's in pre-planning, design work. It's not been submitted yet, but hopefully we will hear something in the next sort of 4 months or so in terms of them submitting it for planning, and then it'd give it another 6 months for planning approval to be confirmed. Here's a picture of Dune Station. Obviously, this could form part of a much larger network in San Jose. If they can link it up, it'll be a bit like a spider web. Dune Station will be at the centre of that web, and then you'll have tunnels surrounding it going north, west, east and south. The Las Vegas Loop in Nevada. Again, dual tunnel. It's approximately 1.5 miles long if you go in a perfect straight line. Might be slightly longer if you use existing roads and you go under them. Approximate cost is around 44 million, I estimate. Status, planning approval is sought. We should hear something by Wednesday evening in regards to this project. Hopefully they say, let's do it, and then we can get all the planning done, get it approved, and then we can start the project maybe around January, maybe earlier, maybe December, maybe January, we'll have to see. Here's a picture. As you can see, the most direct one is the green line that runs from 2 to 5. That would be my choice, with potentially three stations, and then they could run it along Las Vegas Boulevard and along the main strip there as a potential expansion, all the way down to the airport. So again, excellent little scheme, not too big, good little starter project, could end up becoming something a bit more, much more larger in size and scope, and therefore it could be a big money earner for the Boring Company long term. Conclusion. The Boring Company has got plenty of projects in the work, as you can see, and there's also been other projects mentioned. There was the CERN Collider in Europe. Again, there's nothing official with that yet, but potentially that is a big project, around 40 to 50 kilometers. So again, we've been mentioned in a lot of projects, but these ones here in the USA and Australia are the more serious ones that potentially could happen or start this year or early next year if we're lucky. Obviously, I've not talked about the Chicago project today. There's a lot of controversy surrounding that project. I'm unsure. I mean, I tried to Google it, but there's very little information as to what's going on behind the scenes. As far as I'm aware, it's still going through planning. It could get approved in the next 3 to 6 months. It could get, ripped up and forgotten about. I don't know. But we have other options. Plenty of other options. If we only end up doing the Dugout Loop and the Las Vegas project and the San Jose project, that is brilliant. That is a good way to start. I think, and this is a prediction, we will hear about at least maybe 2 more projects prior to Christmas, at least 1 project prior to Christmas, possibly on the, I think it'll be on the West Coast, potentially. Who knows? I think there's a lot more in the works, but we'll have to see. But there's a lot of stuff in. We can be very positive about what the Boeing company has achieved in this year. I think they've done an incredible job. These are good projects. They could lead to much bigger projects. What we need to do is build something, prove that it works, expand it, prove that that works, prove that the engineering is sound, prove that we can do it on budget, prove that the system is very, very safe. It needs to be at least 3 or 4 times safer than driving in an automobile. Once we can prove it's safer than that, then we can expand it exponentially. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Before we go, let's have a look at Discord, because I want more people from this community involved in my Discord channel. Have some excellent conversations on there. If you don't use Discord, definitely download it on your phone or your tablet, or even better on your computer. It's available on Mac and Windows. If you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. So this is Discord. It's a bit like a chat server. So you can go on here and there's various topics, as you can see. So this is my channel. If you want to join my Discord, the link is in the section below this video. If you can't find it, just message me and I'll send it to you. But the link is a permanent link, so you can use it whenever. I talk about all the projects that have been proposed, and as you can see, there's a lot of people on here that are contributing to the topics. There's a few people that I've talked to on Reddit that have now joined on here and that are continuing with a topic. If you don't have Discord, I recommend that you download it, because there's a lot of other channels. I mean, I follow Transport Evolved. Now you know. I love playing Rainbow Siege, and there's this other one, Seller Network is another company that I follow. Definitely get yourself on there. Let's have a good chat, and you can tell me about your ideas or what you like or dislike about the Boeing company and where you think the projects are going to go. All right, well, thank you for listening, guys. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to all my Patreons as well. Thank you for all your support this month. Really appreciate that, and thank you. And all right, don't be boring, and hopefully see you soon. Goodbye.